Oh shit!
Hey.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm on the 13th.
You gonna answer the call?
I don't know why it doesn't ever send notifications. Okay, I'm joining.
Okay.
Is it
So
like
glad
this
that
when
you-
he does his karaoke? Is it like, hey, are you gonna start the song?
I don't know why I didn't hear the music stop.
You're listening to the Good Stuff Podcast with C.K. Helms, Zach Bandit, Ryan Mullins, and Jeremiah Elliott.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to episode 32 of the Good Stuff Podcast, brought to you by Blind Bandit Productions. Each and every episode of the Good Stuff Podcast is brought to you by Blind Bandit Productions. Find more about us at blindbanditproductions.com. I am CK Helms.
I'm Zach Bandit.
I'm Ryan Mullins.
And I am the darkness you feel when you're alone at night. I'm Jeremiah Elliott.
I mean, everybody else did perfect, so of course someone had to do something wrong.
I could not. We've spent 20 minutes trying to do this intro.
Hey man, it happens. Professionalism at its best, right, Ryan?
I'm here. I'm here.
I love you.
That was the equivalent of a teacher calling on someone not paying attention.
He's like, I'm here. What are you talking about? I mean, yeah. Yeah, 7 is the answer. Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Guys, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We got a good show for you today. As always, we start the show off with a good segment that I like to call the opener. I thought you were going to have a sound effect. That's why I said it like that.
I'm already halfway through my beer, so.
Okay, fine.
The opener.
That I guess that totally makes sense with the name the opener. Anyway,
just
we're
go
gonna
back to the other episode and isolate the last time I did it.
This is true. I could do that. That would not take a lot of work at all. Was it last episode? Was it 31?
It was was I here for the last? Yeah, it was the last one.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. Anyways, today we're talking about, we're going to have some continued thoughts on Phase 4 of the MCU. As you know, that was announced at Comic-Con, and last week's episode was the Comic-Con episode, and I don't know what happened with Ryan. Did he like die halfway through, or like he never showed up, or is that the one he didn't show up on?
No, I was there. I had to leave early because I had
That's the one where you left early and
that's
the internet
right.
broke. Yeah.
Yeah, you left early because you had that event, and then Jeremiah's internet broke right before we got into the MCU talk. And
We were about 3 in at least.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the ones that I wanted to talk about, but
That's right. We had said some, but we didn't get to the ones that you wanted to talk about. And so I just wanted to make sure that we just some continued thoughts on the Phase 4 announcements from the MCU, and maybe give you guys some talks, because I know Jeremiah was really upset because he messages us about it, and so I'm just gonna let Jeremiah. What you wanted to talk about Loki and Thor? You were pretty upset about not getting to talk about that.
yeah, I'm most excited that they're having a prominent part in Phase 4 with 2 separate things that of course it's going to link because it's the MCU, but Norse mythology is my favorite thing just out there. As I don't know if I should say as far as mythology goes, but just as far as any of that stuff goes, I did multiple projects on it in school in different history classes in different grades, and each time I did it, of course, was more in depth, and the more I looked at it, the more I was, this is absolutely bonkers and incredible. And I love that it's such a big part of the MCU with Thor and Loki, and that they're going to be branching off like they are to, of course, they're telling their own story, but the fact that it's in that realm is, I just cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
I got to be a king with one line in our school play of Clash of the Titans.
Nice.
Nice. Woohoo! It's some Matt Damon level stuff right there.
But yeah, I guess this is after the latest God of War game where they went Norse with it. This is the closest thing I'm getting to seeing stuff like that on screen until they do a God of War movie or series, obviously, or the next game comes out. But yeah, it's up there on. That's the reason I'm excited for it more than the fact that it's Marvel.
Right. Yeah. Norse mythology is really cool and interesting, and so I can see why you're would be interested in it.
And if you like Greek more, then get the. No, you can like Greek. It's cool too. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Whatever your mythology is.
Yeah.
Ryan, did you have any thoughts on the MCU overall? Phase 4?
I thought it was really interesting that they're going to take a lot of the storylines into, better. Well, I don't want to say better directions, but in more in-depth directions with the series, especially like with. I'm really interested in seeing the Loki show and the Winter Soldier Falcon shows. See their stories get played out a little bit more. Those two actually made a really good pairing on the screen as those characters, and I was absolutely thrilled about the new Blade announcement. They kind of pulled that out of nowhere, and that whole cut scene of him, or that whole scene of him being asked to put his hat on just to solidify that was pretty awesome in my opinion.
Even if it's Phase 5, it's still awesome.
Oh yeah, that's Phase 5. But,
It's
yeah,
okay.
Phase,
It's okay.
God, to think that they're teasing Phase 5 before Phase 4 officially starts, though.
Yeah. Well, they said Kevin Feige said that they could have told all of Phase 5 at the San Diego Comic-Con, and they had plans to do that. But they were going to give like a 5-year timeline, and you were going to get Phase 4 and Phase 5 that day, and they changed their minds ahead of time.
Wow.
The biggest shocking detail to me was finding out that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out after Thor: Love and Thunder, because they kind of ended that in game on the whole thing of him joining up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so you would think that they would do a movie on them first in that storyline, but
why that is though, right?
Because of the whole James Gunn thing.
Yeah, because of he signed on to do the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So they pushed it back.
Damn, so he's rocking Marvel and DC. Wow.
Yeah. And so far, he's the only person that's been allowed to do it simultaneously.
James Gunn is James Gunn.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, those were my main highlights, being able to see that. I am really, really interested in the What If series, because we could get to possibly...
Well, before you keep telling us more series that you're interested in, do you got your top 5 ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Just give us your top 5 Phase 4 announcements, because I figure that some of the ones you've already mentioned are probably in there. So just go ahead and since you're there.
Let's leave Falcon and Winter Soldier at 5. I'm gonna put Loki at 4. Thor is probably 3 for me. Number 2, I am excited to see WandaVision and that whole series play out. Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I couldn't mute my mic in time.
That was a storyline that we barely got to see played out, so I'm really excited to see that finally get a chance to come to fruition. And my number 1 out of the whole thing is that as many times that they wanted to tease at it, they are officially opening the multiverse with Doctor Strange, and that's been one thing that I have been dying to see how they're going to finally tie in everything, because they're going to consider the X-Men movies part of the MCU, but in a a history that doesn't exist in the main MCU, which is cool.
Cool. Zach, what about your top 5? We'll go back over to you real quick. Your top 5 Phase 4 announcements.
Back over to me. Did you guys even call me at all?
Did what?
What?
I said, you said back over to me. I'm like, you didn't even have me talk yet. So
Yeah, well, because like in order that we go normally, me, you, Ryan, Zach, Jeremiah. So we hop back over to you in the order. Get it?
All right, my number 5 is probably WandaVision, which pretty interested to see where they take that, because I think Wanda and Vision or especially Wanda, should have her character fleshed out a lot more, which is like a problem that I think Black Widow had, Natasha, which like her character wasn't really that well fleshed out, and you only saw her like not a whole lot, maybe a little bit in Captain America movies, but and then number 4, Loki. I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see where they take that from, and where he decided to go. Like if he did escape from the Avengers, then Falcon and the Winter Soldier for number 3, and then number 2, Thor, and then of course number 1, Doctor Strange, because the multiverse and all that shit. So I'm interested to see what they have planned for the multiverse going forward.
Cool. All right, I'll go ahead and go. Number 5 for me would be Black Widow, mainly just because I want to see more of her, to see if they can like redeem her character some, and also because I can't wait to see Taskmaster. Number 4 for me is WandaVision. I want to see more of Wanda and Vision's story and see what happens and how they bring him back. But at the same time, we're getting Monica Rambeau out of it. Fun fact, though, did you guys know this? The black lady who was in Captain Marvel, the Captain Marvel movie, her name is Maria Rambeau, and her little daughter is Monica Rambeau. Yeah, so but she's being played by somebody else in the WandaVision show. And let's see, number 3 for me is the Hawkeye show. Reason why is mainly because I'm a huge Kate Bishop fan, so I want to see Hawkeye training Kate Bishop, and also because apparently we're going to get some more of his time as Ronin.
So you want to see Hawkeye, but not for Hawkeye. That sounds about right.
Well, Kate Bishop takes the name Hawkeye.
Right, yeah.
I do want to see his time as Ronin, though, more of that, because that's cool. Number 2 for me is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. For pretty much you guys have explained reasons why that's cool, but at the same time, I think also since multiverse and Scarlet Witch is in the movie too, and if we remember, Scarlet Witch is actually in comics the daughter of Magneto, and I know that she's not a mutant in the MCU, and not Magneto's daughter, but I wonder if we'll see what would be the mutant version of her in the multiverse in the movie. So
that story.
Rumors that the original Nick Fury is going to show up. The Kraken Nick Fury.
And then number 1 for me personally is Falcon and Winter Soldier, or as I like to call the show, Captain America and White Wolf, because it's really what their names are now.
Yeah.
I really like Winter Soldier, and I want to see them both get Tom the Shield, and plus Baron Zemo is getting redeemed in this show, so that is really a huge Baron Zemo mark, and as everybody knows how much, God, I hated that Civil War version of him. So to see more accurate comic book version of him, that's what I'm super excited about. So, Jeremiah, why don't you round us out here?
Yeah, my number 5 is also Black Widow, kind of for the same reasons. I'm just interested to see more in depth on the Avenger without powers, so that's going to be cool. Number 4 is Loki for reasons I've already stated, because 1, I just love the character of Loki, and 2, Norse. My number 3 is the What If series, because that's pretty much what I do most of the time in anything I ever watch in life, is just go, well, what if this happened? So it could be cool to see what kind of branches they take on that. Number 2 is Doctor Strange, because of multiverse, but also I just freaking love his powers and that the story around the powers of like time and all that stuff like that and reality. And then shocker, number 1 is Thor because of Thor. But it's also number 1 because I love how they've done just what they're doing with his character, with the way Endgame played out, and to see him maybe pass the mantle off and how he's going to redeem himself and end up with the Guardians and Natalie Portman and all that good stuff. So that's my number 1, and that is my top 5.
I'm really surprised. That was probably the biggest surprise out of all the announcements to me, was how they got Natalie Portman back, because they had a huge falling out.
They did, yeah.
And like Natalie Portman was like totally against them and Marvel and Disney and stuff. So I was like really surprised that they got Natalie Portman. That totally came out of left field for me.
They're like, you want to come back for Thor? She's like, hell no. They said, well, you want to be Thor? And she was like, all right, I'm listening. Hang on.
Hold on. They just showed up and handed her a hammer. You get to have this.
That's what they did. They threw a hammer through her window that just said, you're hired.
Why did they have a falling out?
I don't remember, but
okay,
there was a big deal about it.
I actually know this one. So Natalie Portman had requested that the director who directed Wonder Woman directed Thor: Dark World. They got to shooting a little bit of the footage of it, and they decided to replace her with the director that actually directed it. So there are a few scenes in Thor: Dark World that are directed by the director that directed Wonder Woman.
Jenkins.
Yeah. Natalie Portman was really, really good friends with her and had pushed hard for her to be able to direct this movie. And whenever they got replaced, Natalie Portman had a huge falling out. And she continued on Thor: Dark World, but she said she wasn't going to work with him again after that.
Like someone should have directed that movie else. Not like Thor.
But then, like you said, they threw a hammer through a window and said, "You want to play Thor?" And then she's like, "Okay."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You want to be the main character of this next movie? Oh.
You want to keep collecting on the royalties from your likeness from all the Padme dolls?
Right. Yeah. I was just really surprised because I know because someone was saying, well, she was in Endgame or Infinity War, whichever one it was. Endgame, I guess. And I was like, technically she was not in Endgame because it was deleted scenes from Thor: The Dark World that they used for her in Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we're going to move on from that. We're getting into some releases. So, each week we talk a little bit about some releases. We don't say everything that comes out because there's a crap ton of stuff that comes out. And so we kind of just talk about stuff that maybe catches our eye, or at least something that doesn't really catch our eye, but we can talk about it negatively, and I guess in a way. But we're going to start with one release. Today is August the 1st, Thursday, when we record, and the day that the show comes out. If you're listening to it today, if not, even if you listen to another day, our good friend Freddie Lane just dropped. You've heard us talk about him before. He was on an earlier episode when it was just me and on the show, and he just dropped today his first mixtape. He's doing 4 Months of Freddie. And he just dropped I believe it's 7 tracks. I believe that's what it is, 8 tracks to this mixtape. And he just dropped it this morning. It's on his YouTube playlist. You can go and listen to all the songs. Jeremiah's been listening to them this morning already. Yeah, I mean, it's barely little over lunchtime here, and Jeremiah's already listened to it.
Yep, I
So-
saw your post and hit the playlist and just started moving.
Yeah. And I've only listened to, well, I guess a couple songs because I had listened to that. Same. Because it matched up really well. But yeah.
Was that me? Did I just black out or did?
I don't know. You're still here.
Oh,
Yeah, I know I'm still here, but there was like 10 seconds of you talking about that it was just it was dead silent. I was making sure it
Yeah.
was okay.
yeah,
It's all good?
I had dead silence, but
Okay.
Okay. Hope it worked out. Everything.
Yeah.
as long as it recorded you, but
But yeah, wow. I don't know. Is Zach still here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Freddie Lane, check it out. We're shared the link on our page today. You can find Freddie Lane's music page on Facebook and check out that mixtape. Listen to it on YouTube. I mean, it's good stuff, man. Good chill music to listen to.
His
So,
channel is just Freddie Lane. So
Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, easy to find on YouTube.
spell it for us.
FreddieLang.
Lane.
I just didn't Lane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lane.
I didn't want somebody spelling.
What did
it
I say?
You said
F-E-D-D-Y.
Lang, Lang.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I
Lane.
said, yeah, I think I said G actually. My bad.
It's Freddie Lane.
Lane. Like if you're take a left on Freddie Lane.
Yeah, but listen to some Freddie's music. We got some stuff we're working with Freddie on in the future. So some stuff you're gonna hear Freddie. You're gonna remember Freddie's name. All right.
I already
But,
do. Freddie Lang.
Freddie Lane.
Freddie Long. I've got it.
Okay.
Frederick Lang. All right. Guys, for national releases, though, for tomorrow, August 2nd, at your movie theaters, you can see a movie unnecessarily. I don't know why I got made. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Ooh, Black Superman.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I'm so excited.
I'm seeing that tonight. I wasn't planning on seeing it, but
Regal
uh,
Unlimited.
I have.
Yeah, how are you going to afford to see all these movies?
I've already seen it.
What?
Yeah, I've already seen it.
Cool.
It was it's good. It's action packed. The fight sequences are not as good as I hope they would be. There's a few good fight scenes, but a lot of the fight scenes are meh. The dialogue during the fight scenes is meh, but the storyline is good. The storyline's actually really good, but it's I don't know who it is to blame, but there's just the dialogue in the fight scenes is just your basics, yeah, or okay, and stuff like that.
Is it like that Civil War cheese where they're not trying to kill each other, but they're laughing while fighting?
Well, it's more along the lines of they're fighting different people while trying to impress the other one with their fighting.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a serious question about the movie. It's going to hinder whether I see it or not. Okay. How long is Roman Reigns in this movie?
Not too terribly long. He is part of Dwayne The Rock Johnson's little squad.
Is that Hobbs? Is that Hobbs? I don't know. I don't watch Fast and Furious.
Yeah. And they do the whole little mantra chant thing that they do. I can't remember what it's called.
The Haka.
Yeah, and then they do a fight scene where they incorporate that into it.
So they do what the Usos used to do?
Yeah, but way more in depth.
Okay.
Is Professor Hulk in this film?
He is, and he undoes the snap,
No.
Because
but it blows off part of it.
we don't believe you want.
He drives his he drives his car so fast it undoes the snap.
You lied to us about watching Endgame early, so we don't think you've even seen.
I went to see it last night. I work at the movie theater on Wednesdays. Remember?
Well, that's fine, but you also said that you saw Endgame at the same movie theater.
Yeah, they weren't letting me do that shit.
At Hobbs and Shaw, they're like, well, someone needs to watch it. Okay, cool.
Can I add a notable release to this week since we have the weird off week next week?
Yeah, sure.
There's a trailer that I stumbled across today for a movie called Little Monsters that's coming out next Friday, August 9th. That looks absolutely hysterical. It's a zombie comedy horror film, and it stars, I'm gonna butcher the name, but Lupita Nyong'o.
Is that Michonne or?
I believe it is. I'm looking at the trailer right now to get a better look at her face because she's so clean and like kept in this movie. There's no dreads, but I think it is Michonne. But anyway, she's a camp counselor and is dealing with these little kids at like a summer camp when zombies attack, and the whole movie is just like her leading these like 12 ragtag team of like 8 and 9-year-olds around to avoid the zombies. And there's scenes where she's like, okay, so we're playing a very realistic game of tag, and all those weird looking people, and then they like cut to a zombie ripping a leg off, and it's like, they're it. And it looks hilarious, and I cannot wait to see it. And Fandango, their Facebook page, dropped the trailer today, and I shared it, but it looks absolutely hysterical.
So this comes out next week,
next Friday, August 9th. Yeah.
Okay. We do have a show coming out next week, by the way, just so everybody's listening. But we've already recorded that because I'll be at Disney World and Jeremiah's off, and so we didn't put that as on our releases for next week.
So last week's episode is really the next week's episode, or next week's episode is. Yeah, gosh, we screwed up the timelines, guys.
You mean yesterday's episode is next week's episode?
The timelines are just screwed up. Just.
I think your timeline is screwed up. I know exactly what's happening.
That's right.
Hey, so I wanted to bring this up too. He reminded me of it whenever I was talking about the What If series. Something else that I wanted to point out is that if you look really, really close on the logo for the What If series, if you look towards the W, one of the images that you see is Zombie Captain America. And that was what I was talking about getting the big name actors to play the same characters, but in way different ways. And I would be thrilled to see Chris Evans playing Zombie Captain America.
You know, it's an animated show, right?
Yes, but still, the voice actors.
He is doing the voice. He is doing the voices. They're all doing the voices. There's like 90 MCU actors doing voices on the What If series.
And that was what I was talking about whenever you told me go back to my top 5. I just wanted to make sure that that was one of the reasons why I'm so excited about that, seeing how those stories play out in different ways.
Yeah, yeah, same here.
Right. All right, guys, let's move. Yeah, you're all good. You're all good. No, you're fine. You're fine right this second. You haven't done anything wrong yet. The day is still young. Let's move into trailers, if that's cool with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, that's cool with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. We're going to start this off with The Irishman. Who wants to start us off with this one? Anybody?
I will. I didn't watch it.
Excellent job, Zach.
I watched the other 2 trailers. I just didn't get to this one.
Okay. Great. Jeremiah, you're next on the list.
Well, I don't know what I think on this one. the trailer didn't tell me too much, other than like from what I got from it is like de-aging technology. It looks interesting. That's all I can say from it.
It's a Martin Scorsese film, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I'll watch anything with his name on it. But there's a handful of directors that'll do that, and that's kind of, I got through it. I only really halfway paid attention to the trailer, but once I saw his name, I was like, oh, I'll watch it. And then I didn't go back and bother rewatching it because I'm already on board just because of him. So
yeah, it's got Robert De Niro, Al Pacino.
Yeah, and it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie / also releasing in limited theaters. So the same time. I thought that was strange because I was like, buy tickets. I thought it was a Netflix movie, and then at the end it said limited theaters and Netflix.
Yeah, and they've done that with a few. They did that with that Always Be My Maybe movie. They're starting to do that a little more. And like from every time I see limited movie theaters, I just think of the Rave because that's the theater in our town that does the weird indie projects. That's the first place I saw the first John Wick because they're the only one that would pick it up.
I'm just really excited to see Ray Romano in a movie again.
Is Ray Romano in it?
Yeah.
I guess I missed him.
Yeah, he's in it.
All I know about this movie is that it has to deal with the death of Jimmy Hoffa, and I guess it's Robert De Niro's involvement in the death.
Well, man, if you go all the way back to The Heat, like you're about to see something with De Niro and Pacino like back on screen again together, and that's what I'm really excited about. That has that feel to it, not like they did that other one where they were boxers or something. But no, it looks good. But yeah, Jimmy Hoffa. I just remember the scene where everyone's dumping cabs into the river or the bay.
Yeah,
and blowing stuff up, but. Like I said, it's one of those mysterious trailers that I'm definitely going to watch the movie because of all the things on it.
For sure.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw Joe Pesci in a movie, period, you know?
Right.
I mean, I don't really remember anything about what was the content of the trailer. I just remember like the people in the trailer, just the people that are in the movie. I didn't know Ray Romano was in it. I missed that, but I know I'm just like, it being a Martin Scorsese film, and I was like, I watched the trailer, but I was like, I don't remember any of what happened in the trailer. Now that we're talking about it,
yeah. It's just
you just get caught up in. Oh, wait, is that Pacino? Is that Pesci? Is that De Niro?
Yeah, and that's kind of what it's like. I watched a trailer to see a bunch of big names, and I have no clue what I actually watched.
Yeah. But of course, a lot of the people were like make-upped out to make them look more like the family members. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm probably gonna watch it though, just because Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Harriet. Hey Zach, did you watch this one?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about it?
I actually I saw it. It was a trailer before Crawl when I went to go see Crawl, and I saw it.
With your Regal Unlimited.
With my Regal Unlimited, $18 a month starting.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be. It seems interesting. I mean, like these kind of dramas, like I don't really watch them a whole lot, but I definitely think we need more movies with like African American history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I definitely think, like, already looking at the trailer, this is going to the Oscars too. So like, it's just one of those movies. Like you can just tell which movies are gonna be an Oscar film. But but yeah, I mean, it seems
has an old-fashioned typewriter?
What?
It sounds like someone is clicking on an old-fashioned typewriter.
It's Ryan.
I'm
think he's shaving.
I'm leaving my apartment. I told you guys I'd have to do part of the podcast from my
You
car.
put it on
Fucker.
Put it on
Oh.
mute unless you're talking.
Listening.
Sounds
Okay.
like you're going through about half a can of Axe body spray right now.
This is the cicadas.
Bro, you're just going to the outlet mall. Calm down. Nobody goes to the mall anymore. This is not Stranger Things season 3. You wouldn't know anything about because you
Shooting
left
myself
the
until I'm
podcast.
connected to the Bluetooth in my car.
Great. Fantastic. Best
Now we'll
news
just
I heard
keep
all
that.
day.
Hear them wheels turning.
Oh, Harriet, yeah, looks good. Looks great. No, Jeremiah.
Yeah, it looks great. I don't want to downplay the fact that another like great African American movie is coming out. By my thoughts on these type of movies is like, unfortunately, my thoughts with Hollywood and the producers and all the people that run Hollywood. I feel like they only put these out, like Zach was talking about, as award grabbers, and not the fact to make a great movie about a great person. But I think it's still going to be incredible, and that's why I'm going to go see it, is because it's the Harriet Tubman story is like absolutely insane, all the way down to what happened and why it happened, and just it's a crazy story, and it's going to be really cool to see it, brought to today. I stroked out to today. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see it. But
Yeah. Like you were saying, is that that they made this movie just because it's like they knew that watching it, you're saying the Oscars. Oh, this is Oscar worthy. This is going to be an Oscar movie right here. This is going to be nominated for Best Picture, and that's exactly why they probably made this movie, not like you said, to not tell the story.
yeah,
Which is sad, and it's really surprising to me that it took this long for, correct me if I'm wrong, for a Harriet Tubman movie to get made.
absolutely. But I saw a video. It was Trevor Noah who was just talking to the audience in between takes on the Daily Show, and he gave this really long, in-depth thing about African American actors and people. It went back to Scarlett Johansson talking about being mad that her response when people talked about her being Ghost in the Shell, and like that role needs to be reserved for a Japanese actress or something like that. But he gave this really long thing about that, and it is surprising that this movie has not come out yet, but at the same time, I'm glad it is coming out now because of how many boundaries are starting to get broken in like stereotyping roles. And so it'll be better cast and better performed and directed due to not having to live to these original Hollywood stereotypes of who goes where in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think I really need to say anything else. You pretty much hit everything good on the head.
Okay.
I mean, we won't even give Ryan the chance to say anything.
The last real like African American like film kind of like this that I can remember that came out to theaters was like 12 Years a Slave or something like that.
Yeah, that or The Help or. Actually,
Yeah.
It was probably Hidden Numbers is probably the most recent. The NASA one.
Hidden Figures.
Oh, Hidden Figures. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yes. There is our play-by-play announcer, Ryan, speaking to us from the booth of
I do appreciate the correction. But...
the Apollo 19. All right. Ryan, I don't think you really need much to add to this one, so we're just going to go ahead and skip you on that Harriet movie. Is that cool? Cool. Excellent job. Excellent work. Go on with the spaceshipping. All right. This last trailer
Land
here
2 double.
is a trailer that I've been waiting on for a long time now. And that's Zombieland 2 Double Tap. Jeremiah, you want to kick this off here? So what was that?
I don't have anything to say on the trailer. I'm excited for the movie, but I purposely did not watch the trailer because, because I loved the first movie so much. I want to go in as absolutely blind as I can to this movie because that's just how excited I am for it. The more excited I get for a movie, the less I want to read and look up about it, and that's how I do movies.
All right. Cool. It's a good trailer, I guess. I'm gonna try not to. Say anything
you
about
could talk.
the trailer.
You could talk about it. I can hear things all day and be okay as long as it's not a spoiler. I just don't want to visually put my eyes on what they're doing. So it's cool. You could talk about it.
Spoiler alert: Woody Harrelson's back.
Motherfucker!
I really like the beginning of the trailer. Is what it really drew me in, because it's like it shows like Academy Award nominee or winner Woody Harrelson, and then what goes through all four of them. They're either Academy Award winners or nominees. I don't know which one of them were winners and which one of them were nominees, but each one of them has been nominated for an Academy Award. And it said, so it was like all majestic and stuff and music, and then all the zombie killing started happening. And nice. I thought it was a real good bit. And so, I mean, you're not going to see that by watching the movie. So I figured that you should get told that from the trailer.
Yeah.
So it's okay to spoil that from the trailer. But I'm really excited about it. I've been waiting for the sequel for 10 years now.
God, has it been 10 years?
It has.
So. Holy cow.
Yeah. And apparently, Emma Stone apparently wants to make one of these movies every 10 years. Like, make another Zombieland movie every 10 years.
Nice.
Like, it's just something to do. That would be super cool. But I thought it was really great. It's just going to be like... I really don't want to talk too much about the trailer. So, it was a good trailer. Really liked it. I guess I really didn't have to see the trailer to watch the movie, because I'm going to watch that movie anyway. And if they're probably put out like a couple more trailers like they usually do, I'm not going to watch those just because I don't want all like a bunch of funny bits spoiled for me. But I just wanted a good refresher, and it's going to be a good movie.
I do that a lot with comedies, especially. Like, however many jokes are in the trailer, to me, usually dictates how funny the movie's actually going to be. Because there's been a lot of bad comedies that you go see the movie and you go, I saw all of this in the trailer. And
Yeah.
that's all the jokes.
Right.
Obviously, they're not going to do that with this, because it's a great team and a great movie, and the fact that they didn't bump it out the next year to cash grab. They did take their time. I'm hoping that's what this 10-year gap means. But
yeah, they said that they could have made another film sooner, but they wanted the story to make sense and be good and stuff like that. So
well,
yeah.
I'm always on board with stuff like that. Take your time and make it right.
Right. Ryan, you want to add anything from high above us on Apollo 19?
There were zombies and they got shot in the head.
All right, Houston, we have a problem. Zach.
If you look out on your left side of the window, you will see the Montana plains as we cruise at our altitude of 34,000 feet. I'm Ryan Mullins, and I'm your captain, and we're going down because I forgot to turn on the other device.
How did you make it sound like you were in a plane?
I just put my hand. I'm wearing a headset, so I just put my hand in between my mouth and the mic.
Oh, one day Ryan's gonna quit.
No, it also sounded like you were actually like in a plane. Like I got the intercom, but
I'm telling
I
you,
also
man.
heard like ambient noise.
My dream job is to be a freaking voice actor. I love to do tricks with the mic. I love it.
Zach, Zombieland 2 trailer, you got anything to add?
Zombieland 2. I'm excited. It's gonna be a great film. Yeah.
The only thing I wish is that they called it quadruple tap, because they would have doubled the first joke.
Yeah.
But that's just stupidity of me.
I'm sure there's a reason that's called double tap.
Because now they know.
Yeah. Oh, but anyways, speaking of double tap, Zombieland, they're apparently also making a video game, which is coming to, it's a top-down shooter, coming to consoles and PC. It's going to be coming out, I think it's like 2 or 3 days before the movie comes, probably 3 days probably like Tuesday before the movie comes out on Friday. So
I can see that, yeah.
I know it's like one of those top-down shooters, you know, that you're set above, like one of those things.
I wish they would flesh it out more and that the top-down part was an aspect, because the whole Zombieland world would be the perfect franchise to be the next Dead Rising, where everything's a weapon and you have all these rules and like guidebook. It could be a Dead Rising franchise, but I'm top-down's fun as well. But
that would be cool. And you gotta like eat Twinkies for health. That'd be great.
I mean, just weird stuff like that. It could be. It could be more, and I'm hoping that if this top-down works, that might be where they go with it.
Yeah. Zach, what do you think about it? Or what do you think about this? It was a video game. You want to get it, or what? Is this something we're going to be playing? We need to know ahead of time.
You said. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just have to see more about it to really make a decision.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about it on the story that was shared, like on the page. Like it just basic information.
I didn't even know about it until I saw it on my notes. So, I guess, yeah. I just have to see like a trailer or something like that to really make a decision.
So, Ryan, Captain Ryan, you got anything to add?
I mean, it's a zombie game, so it should be worth playing. But I mean, there's been a lot of zombie games that have been out, but since it's, you know, if it's going to be directly correlated with Zombieland and the characters, that might make it worth playing to me. Because, you know, you can do any one of the basic survival zombie games at the end of the day, but if it doesn't have something to pull it apart, it's not really going to draw my interest. But the pulling it apart will be having the characters from Zombieland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
get you.
As top down, would that really matter? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see more about it. You know, want to know if there's like some type of story. Does it go into the movie? Like, what is it? And,
Do you get different stats based on who you pick? Like you're really good, like you're faster at running away if you're
Little Rock or what was that?
Columbus.
Columbus, yeah, Columbus.
Yeah,
It's going to have a Fallout feel to it where Twinkies are the currency.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about a health
probably-
wise.
It's probably going to be like Dead Nation.
Oh yeah, it might be the power up. If it's like a top-down arcade shooter, you find the Twinkie. It's like the cherry in Pac-Man.
Right.
Or the power pellet, yeah.
Right. Cool. All right, let's move on.
Cool story.
Cool story, IG, and thanks for posting. Anyway, so Disney, the our above and only, broke its worldwide box office record recently, and they've made, I don't remember what the billions of dollars that they've made with movies this year, but it's August. It's not even August yet, and they've already broke their yearly record.
Well, that's what's so funny to me about Disney breaking its worldwide box office record is like, of course, they're at the point where they can only break their own.
Right. Is it there? So have they just broke like any companies or like? Because I mean, I don't know.
I'll do some research.
Yeah. So I was wondering. I was like, I guess I didn't know. Is it just their record that they broke, or it does say theirs, but is there other people that could break their record too? Because like Warner Brothers, they're a huge company too, right? So if you included all the Warner Brothers movies that come out, does that?
Okay, so it's Disney specific, but the big deal is that it's an annual record that they're keeping track of, and they're making a big deal that they've already broken last year's box office numbers only halfway into this year, as far as just strictly Disney movies.
Yeah, because they still got Frozen 2, Maleficent 2, and Rise of Skywalker, or whatever it's called.
Right. Yeah.
Still to come, there's 2 of them are going to break $1 billion.
Yeah. So that's what they're excited about, is that if it had Disney anywhere on it last year, they've already done that again this year, less than half, or like halfway through.
It's pretty good.
It's impressive. It's absolutely ridiculous, and good props to them, but please don't make a monopoly.
Well, it does make sense though that they would make that much money when you got the hottest properties around, and anytime another hot property becomes hot, you're like, oh, that's mine too.
Yeah.
Here, take this money.
I want it. I bought it. I want it. I bought it.
Yep.
That's a popular song right now, according to the kids.
I see. I had to ask them. I would have to ask the kids when they get home later. I'm gonna start doing that.
It's from that one. What?
I was gonna say, it's really all about the long haul on the Disney thing. Like, isn't it all about just trying to get all of the characters in the world into the Kingdom Hearts games?
That's where the big money's coming.
Yeah, totally.
When we get Captain Marvel just like fighting Mickey Mouse.
And then Luke is like, no, the Force.
You know what I'm really excited about, or surprised about, not excited about, I don't know why I said that, but that this whole MCU Disney stuff hasn't brought a comeback to the Lego video games.
Huh. They're still making Lego video games, aren't they?
Not as much as they were. I mean, I remember Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones. It was everything when I was younger. But
they had what was it, year before last? They had Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and then Lego Incredibles last year, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a market that's not tapped into yet, being Pixar, but they're owned, so I don't know. It's weird. You think those would be all over the place with the Nintendo.
I don't know. Zach,
anyway,
what else you got anything else to add to this worldwide box office thing?
Not really.
Cool. Well, why don't you tell us about Disney Plus? Your thoughts on Disney Plus? Apparently, is going to be you can be added as a Hulu add-on. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I already have Hulu, so I'm obviously gonna subscribe to Disney Plus. So it's nice to have it all in one application.
What level of Hulu do you have? I still have ads.
I have the no commercial plan.
I have the ad one because I did the Spotify Hulu deal, where if you did Spotify Premium, you got Hulu for free.
My Hulu initially came with when I bought a Roku, but that was before the ad-free plan was a thing.
Hey boys, I gotta go. But I wanted to tell you guys that I love y'all, and that I will not have to go the next time we record.
Oh, I removed him from the call. What? I mean, we have to record,
Well,
hey,
being a pilot is a busy job, so.
He's gonna go buy some clothes from the mall. Really? Come on. God. I got kids. I just hop them up on a bunch of Benadryl and I record the damn show.
That's smart. Man, Mickey's getting mad at me about that lately because I keep saying things that my parents did to me that never happened to her. She's like, man, how are we gonna deal with like when the kid starts teething? I said, I'm gonna dump my thumb in some whiskey and rub it on the gums. And she's like, don't do that. I said, they did it to me, and I turned out bad example, but.
I still can't believe you removed removed him from the call. He was like, oop.
I love you. I don't have to leave next. Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Bye-bye. We've recorded. How do you know what you're going to have to do 2 weeks from now?
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know what he means is he won't have to leave the next one because he's going to sleep through it again. That's we're taking a week off. It's about to throw his whole timeline through the ringer.
Next week he's going to be like, are we recording? He's going to be like,
next week
he's going to
be fucking
message us.
Freddie.
12 o'clock he's going to message us. Guys, I'm already awake and ready to go.
All right, guys, I have to leave early. I have to go buy some shoes.
All right, guys, let's get back to the show.
I just hope he leaves the store like Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man, all spinning around in a black suit. I'm frugal. I don't spend money on clothes. He's going to Banana Republic.
I get 50% off Banana Republic because I work for the Gap.
I get 50% off most stores at the outlets because I work right by there, so I just go shop in uniform.
Well, I buy my clothes from Walmart because I got a bunch of kids.
There you go.
And you're a redneck, so.
I just buy plain colored shirts.
I'm at that point in my life. All but like 2 shirts that I own are either from an event or like one that I was on vacation. I was like, oh, I need that shirt. I don't have store shirts anymore.
Right. All right, guys, let's get back into it. So Disney Plus apparently is going to be added to where you have on Hulu. As I said, I have the no commercial plan. Normally Disney Plus was $6.99 a month and or $60 a year. So I'm interested in seeing what the price is on this to be added as a Hulu add-on.
That's what I'm waiting for too, because it's like, would I rather drop $60 for the year or deal with a monthly bill? Like, what's going to be better?
Right. I thought it was going to be about $5 to add it, which would be $60 a year. $5 a month.
Yeah, 5 times 12.
Yeah.
Are you typing on a calculator?
No, I'm. I was.
$5 bucks a month. 12 months in a year.
That's
it's not education.
No, like I was just my hand started shaking and I was holding my phone and it was bouncing against my other hand.
You got that education. Yeah, I'll talk about.
Hey, I'm with you on the shaky hand, so I feel for you there.
Yeah, so I started that medicine bag for my anxiety yesterday, so I'm having a lot of issues with that, but it's okay. Anyways, as I said, Disney Plus being added as a Hulu add-on. Yeah, we'll just wait and see. That's what I'm thinking too. What I'm gonna do. So, I mean, I already pay like $12 a month for Hulu, so I don't know.
Right. It's coming to the point where all these streaming services where they're like, cut cable. It's coming to the point where it's almost the same price.
Right. You know, I guess they have it on except that you get to choose what you watch. That's about the only difference.
That's true, and lack of commercials, and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait and see. But I guess we should have seen this coming the moment that we saw that Disney bought Hulu.
For sure.
Because Hulu already does it with Showtime, I think, where you can do a Showtime add-on without having to get Showtime. You can watch their shows on Hulu.
They do have a Showtime add-on, and I feel like they have an HBO add-on. I'm not for sure. I know they have a Showtime.
Yeah, they did.
But I know for certain they have a Showtime one.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think they have a HBO one.
What's weird is some of the shows you don't need the Showtime add-on. Like, you can watch all of Homeland just on Hulu.
Oh, yeah? That's a Showtime show as well? I didn't know that. All right. Cool. Wait and see on that, I guess.
Yep.
But speaking of add-ons, if you want to add on to your video game collection...
Oh, that was smooth! Oh!
Then the month of August... PS Plus has some choices for you, and so does on the Xbox way Games with Gold. They have some choices for you as well. Because if you have either of those services, then you get free games every month. And this month in August for PlayStation, our offerings are Wipeout Omega Collection, which is not the show Wipeout, by the way, in case anyone wanted to know, and Sniper Elite 4. And then on the Xbox side, with Games with Gold, you get Gears of War 4, which needs a movie, and Forza Motorsport 6. So my question here is, we'll start with I'm gonna ask you. I'll ask Zach first. But if you had both, say, I know because Zach's real PlayStation heavy here, so I want you to put your discrimination for this aside. Which one of these offerings sounds better to you? The PlayStation or the Xbox offerings?
PlayStation.
Why is that?
Because I'm biased.
At least you're honest. You're an honest, biased person.
I don't know, like, I mean, I guess, like, I haven't played Gears of War since the first one, and then I never played Forza Motorsport. I heard Sniper Elite's good, and
Sniper Elite's fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, you could shoot guys in the balls and it slow-mos it and x-rays it as you blow their testicles off. It's amazing.
And Nick was not excited.
I'm excited now.
Yeah, that's all you had to say was blow testicles off. And that got us pumped.
I'm changing my answer. Go ahead. Everybody, go ahead, Zach. Talk more about it, and then whenever you're done, Jeremiah can talk. I say mine.
So, PS Plus has the better offerings this month. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, Jeremiah.
I also have to go with the PS Plus because one of them is a collection. It's a lot of remastered games, and Sniper Elite 4, both of that has more playability to me than Xbox, and I find it weird that Xbox is like Gears 4. I get, give that away for free with gold, but Forza is like the game that you get when you buy an Xbox. So I don't see the value. To me, it seems like you're getting one game.
And Motorsport 6 was was the launch title for Xbox One, because now they're like on 8 or no, they came out with because they alternate between Horizon and the regular Motorsports. So they did 6, then they did a Horizon, then they did 7, then they've done another Horizon.
Yeah. So it just the value of I can get the exclusivity part of it, but as far as giving away a launch title, one that you get when you buy a system, and making it seem like you've got a good deal, just kind of feels wrong compared to shooting a guy slow motion X-rayed in the testicles. So I would what I'm trying to say is I'd rather shoot a guy in the nuts than play Forza, but I'd also rather do that than a lot of things in life. I might rather get shot in the nuts than play Forza. I hate Forza. So.
All right. So.
Well, I'm assuming this took a wrong turn for you.
Originally, no. Well, because everybody has their own opinion, but my answer changed. So.
Okay.
All right. So originally, what I was going to say that I don't care about Wipeout, but and I didn't really care for Sniper Elite 4 because I've never heard anything about that game before, so I just didn't care for it. But now I'm excited for it.
Just YouTube Sniper Elite 4 testicle shots. There's a couple compilation videos. It's hysterical.
Okay.
Because it does an X-ray thing, and it shows the anatomical muscular skeleton of a ball, and it shows the bullet going through. It's cringy. It makes you go, "Oh, my nuts!" and it's just fun. But
I actually do remember playing one of the Wipeout games for the PlayStation 3, and I don't remember it being too bad. But as far as racing games go.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Back to your opinion.
So anyway, yes, I'm interested in that. And let's see. For the Xbox thing, I don't care about racing games, so I don't really care about so that kind of threw out the Wipeout and the Forza Motorsports, anyways. And the Gears of War 4, I've already played that, but chainsaws and guns together, just it's so good. I'm a huge Gears of War mark. Obviously, if you listen to the show, you should know that. So, I love the story of Gears of War in general, and then 4 is really good. And so I thought it was a good offering. But now that you said Sniper Elite, I've never played that game too. So
well, it's I look at it more of replayability. Like Sniper Elite is kind of like Hitman, to where Gears of War you run through a linear level, and then Sniper Elite it's like you have an objective each level, and there's different ways to kill your target.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm excluding online in my opinion.
Okay, so it has an online mode?
I think so. I can't. I don't know if it's still running with what they're going to release, but I think it did when it first came out.
Who knows? I'm going to give my vote to the PlayStation offerings. Bias or not.
Bias or not.
But yeah, good offerings.
Here's the best part. They're both free if you got both services. So you don't have to choose public.
Yeah. You can just get them. Yeah, and then the good thing is if you don't like them, it doesn't fucking matter because they're free games.
They're free. Yeah.
I mean, can't really argue too much about free games, I guess.
People will.
People will. I mean, I did. So. But all right. Speaking more of games, though, there's a game coming out August 30th. I think it's the same game, same time that first game of that horror anthology game series comes out. I believe that comes out August 30th. But this is the Blair Witch game is coming out then, and we just this past week some gameplay trailer got released. I don't know if everybody got to watch that. I didn't watch it at the time that we posted it, but I watched it before the show.
I scrolled through the video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was kind of like I'll skip 10, 15 seconds here and there, and I got the general idea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's first-person horror game. I mean, I don't really know exactly. I mean, if you watched Blair Witch Project, I guess it's in the same universe type thing, I guess.
It looks like Outlast.
It does. It's a good one.
Yeah, I saw the trailer at E3, so.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed pretty interesting. The end of the trailer kind of scared me a little bit. Whatever, it's all right. It's a horror game.
I like the Outlast game, so I'm sure it's gonna be good.
I'm starting to wonder if I'm starting to become like is it because of hanging out, talking to Zach all the time, or just more stuff I'm having to broaden my horizons? But I feel like I'm becoming more interested in horror games than I've ever had before. I
think it might be, and this is what happened to me, but I started better understanding the mechanics of what makes things scary. And this started with like Dead Space 2. I saw an interview where they were like, we chose certain colors and we chose certain sounds of just like underlying noises, and it's like this is what makes people feel anxious, like the color browns and reds makes you. And so once I started like seeing that, I started liking horror more to see how that's used.
Yeah, because last year I played Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and I absolutely loved that game.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in playing that 8-game horror anthology, and now I want to play this Blair Witch game. I never played horror games before, and now I'm interested in all the ones that we talk about.
Well, there you go.
I don't know.
It's just you're open to culture, man. You're just loving life.
Yeah. So it kind of reminded me also, and maybe it was because of the camcorder the dude was holding on the side, and how like what you were seeing on screen was also happening on the camcorder, but it looked a little bit different. The little screen did,
mm-hmm.
And it kind of reminded me of, like on Alien. Did you play the Alien Isolation game?
I did. I loved it.
Yeah, you know how like you could see the aliens on the radar on that. I wonder if through the camcorder you'll be able to see different things that are actually you won't be able to see just on the screen.
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit, because that's where they're going to bring in the movie aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's your survival tool.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that camcorder is gonna, obviously, because once he picked it up halfway through the trailer, the remainder and half of the trailer, he always had that camcorder on him.
Yeah.
On his while he was walking, except when he was holding the cell phone, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm assuming that plays a big part in it. And Zach, you said you saw did you see the actual trailer at E3?
So whatever they showed at E3, I think there was a little bit of gameplay elements in there. So
yeah. What did you think about it that you saw?
I mean, it looks interesting to me. I mean, if it's like Outlast, I'm sure I like it because I played the first Outlast. I haven't played any of the others yet, but the first Outlast was pretty fun and creepy.
I started playing that because I got it on my Xbox. I think it was with the Games with Gold thing, and then I started playing it, and then I sold my Xbox, so I never finished the game. And I had just started it, but it was pretty good of what I had played, but I hadn't played a whole lot of it. Now I'm gonna have to get it on PlayStation. That's what I'm going to end up doing when we get off this. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to go do.
Either that, or you can. There's a couple of good Let's Players on YouTube that play through it just to get the story.
Yeah, could just do that. Fun. I want to play something now with a story.
I have Outlast through PlayStation Plus, but I need to resubscribe.
Yeah, you would have to. I can't play any of your PlayStation Plus games until you resubscribe.
Ugh.
Which is weird because I have PlayStation Plus and he can play all my games because we have our home consoles, each other's consoles, so we can share digital because we both buy just digital.
Oh yeah.
And so that way we both don't have to play the same. We can share games basically, and easy way to knock out games throughout the year. If one person buys one and then one person buys another one. And he can play my PlayStation Plus games, and he can get on the play any multiplayer game because I have PlayStation Plus. But I can't play his PlayStation Plus games, and he has a bunch of them because he's had PlayStation for a long ass time. So he has a crap ton of them, and a lot of good games have come out on PS Plus throughout the years. And I can't play any of them because they're locked since his PS Plus subscription.
Which makes me want like a PlayStation 3 or them to bring all that to the PS4, because on PlayStation 3, like I have about 200 PlayStation Plus games
that I wouldn't be able to play because you don't have the subscription.
Yeah,
but
no, but I'm just saying,
either,
like,
but you can't play them either. So that's
on PS3, on the PS3, I have 200 PlayStation Plus games.
Yeah, hopefully on the PlayStation 5, you can access all your PS Plus games. That'd be so cool.
Be sweet.
That would be real cool. Now we're talking about PlayStation 5. It went from Blair Witch to PlayStation 5.
And you can't stop it.
You can't stop it. I don't want to stop it. I don't want to stop it. What that was. Did you just open a door? Because if not, that was the most creepiest sound effect.
Yes, that was my bathroom door.
Oh, okay.
It creaks.
WD-40 that. Jesus Christ.
I need to, but at the same time, it helps me in the night because you'd have to see the layout of our house. So I'd have the bathroom door open because it comes up against the bedroom door. So if for any reason at all my dog misses an intruder and they open that door, I'll hear that and wake up.
That's a good idea.
So,
good smart idea. All right, guys. We talked a little bit about the Blair Witch gameplay reveal. Now we're going to talk about some other gameplay reveal. And today, in fact, we had to watch this 30 minutes before. This happened 30 minutes before we started recording today. They revealed the multiplayer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare No, it's not Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. It's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The, I guess, reboot of Modern Warfare.
Recreation, I don't know. Same
I don't
world,
know.
same characters, completely new story.
Reimagining.
Yeah.
Reimagining,
Yeah.
I guess. Because, anyway, we're all pretty excited. At least us three are pretty excited about the game. I'm pretty certain it didn't hit all of our top 5 lists for the second half, 2019.
I think so. Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Yeah, it was all on our top 5 for the second half of 2019 video games to look forward to. They showed off some multiplayer today. I watched I watched basically like the trailer. I watched some of a mode that IGN had went through. I read a bunch of stuff from that IGN had posted, and then I watched some of the live video right before we started recording. And I was thoroughly impressed. Zach, did you end up watching it live or any of it?
Unfortunately, I didn't yet.
Okay. Did you read anything on it?
Did what?
Did you read anything on it?
No, I don't know anything about it.
Awesome. That was my Paul Rudd awesome.
Well, I guess I'll take over here. I'm excited for it. That reveal trailer that I saw made me think that I'm finally gonna get the feeling again of like, this is the Call of Duty that I played like in high school, where I stayed up way too late with my friends online until my parents came in and told me to turn it off. Of like, this is what I'm getting back again as an adult, and I can't wait for it.
And they had Metallica Enter Sandman on the multiplayer reveal trailer, so I mean.
Well, I was too busy syncing it up with Freddie Lane, so I didn't listen to the music that they actually used.
Oh yeah, Freddie! Second shout out, my man. I was thoroughly impressed with it. As I said, I watched some of the live video too. Some key things from the multiplayer that I'm really excited about. Me and Zach, we currently play Black Ops 4. So we play Call of Duty, and some of the things I'm really excited about is that you can reload while looking down your sights now.
Nice.
Which is super exciting. That you can stay in ADS and still.
Yeah, I always hated that being a perk.
Yeah. So that's just a given. You can prop your gun on walls and on doors and stuff. So if you're like looking around a corner, you can prop your gun on the side of the corner and shoot. So that's pretty exciting. You can open doors, or you can bash through doors when running. So if you just want to like make a grand entrance and boom, I'm here.
Kool-Aid Man.
Kool-Aid Man, that shit. You can. And bullet penetration. So if you have like a real powerful gun and someone's hiding behind like some drywall or something, you can shoot your Kyle bullet through it and just shoot right through that drywall.
It's almost like they got their hands on some of the, I don't want to say like they took something, but like Rainbow Six Siege had a lot of those features.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that this is might be becoming the new norm of shooter games, of like actually things that you play in the past and you go, why can't my guy do this? Because this makes sense. And it's like now they're able to make that happen.
Yeah, and I really like it because it's multiplayer. There's way more details that they said, and you can go read it on the IGN multiplayer reveal impressions. They have an article on there. You can read more about it. So there's more stuff that happens. But from what I took of it, it really makes sense. It's another layer to the Modern Warfare name, because it's really, not only are they getting back to this Modern Warfare reimagining story-wise in the story mode, but just the gameplay itself, it's really becoming what they're redefining what Modern Warfare is. Yeah. And like you said, it's becoming like setting a new norm for shooters and stuff like this. This is what this is. This is normal warfare. year in
Yeah,
the year.
it's like whatever first game came out that had like vaulting over walls. It's like, holy crap, this is incredible. And then now it's like the norm. And this might be some of the stuff that starts that again for the newer generation.
For sure. And so one of the there's a couple modes that they talked about, and then modes that they had talked about that they're going to talk about more in the future. Another thing real quick is the gunsmith thing that they said hadn't mentioned before. But the gunsmith thing is that you can there's 30 to 60 different attachments that you can have on your gun at a time. That you can only like attach like 4 or 5 of them, but there's 30 to 60 different things that you can attach to a gun, and you can attach this stuff on the fly. So they brought something up, like they was playing, I was watching this person play, and so they're like running, and they duck behind something, and they press a button, and it brought up their gun, and then right beside the gun, and like it had both their 2 guns that they had in their hand, and right beside it, it said gunsmith, and they clicked on it, and then it brought up all these attachments and stuff that they could switch out with their guns, so they could have like one scope and something else, and then like whatever it is.
So you can like put on and take off a silencer.
Yeah, you can switch it with something else, but I mean, like, you can only have so many different things, but you got 60 different things you could choose from that you want to put on your gun. Like, I don't know what all, I didn't, sit there and watch everything to know exactly what all it is, but it's very crazy. Excited to see where that goes. But as far as I said, the game modes that they said they had, it was something. They had one that was kind of like search and destroy. I can't remember what it was called, like cyber attack or something like this. But they have one. It was called realistic mode or something like this. It's kind of like hardcore mode that we've played on Blackout, Zach.
Yeah.
Like there's no HUD, there's no interface or anything like that. But so you don't know where anything is. But also to this, the map is completely. It's set in the dark, so it's like in the middle of the night. So the only light that's in the map, and a lot of it's like indoors and some of it's out, is from the moon. And you have new night vision goggles. So you have night vision goggles, which allow you to see. The only thing bad about this is that you have to kind of work on a team, because it's dark and you can't see anything except for with the night vision goggles. You can't aim down the sights, because if you aim down the sights, it makes a laser with that you can see with night vision goggles. So you can know where the people are at based off of if they are aiming down their sights. I thought this was a super awesome idea, because like I so badly want them to do an update on Black Ops 4 to make the Blackout map be at night. And I was like really excited about this, because I really want to play it at night.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this realistic mode, and that was just one of the things that stuck out to me the most was that map. You got to see, I saw that on a video on IGN that they had played the game before in a private thing for press and stuff like that. And they got to share it today, and so it was really super cool. They're going to have more modes. They're going to have a ground war mode, which has over 100 people in it. They're going to have 2-on-2 gunfight mode, where it's you and someone else versus someone and another person.
Partner. Yeah.
They got 10-on-10, a 20-on-20, and then they have a 64-player mode. I don't know what that's going to entail. They didn't say anything. They just said a 64-player something mode.
Might be like what was it, Halo 3 that did Big Battle, where it was like teams of 16 going against each other.
Well, that'd be 32, right?
Almost. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be bigger.
Yeah. But on the 64, I don't know if they're going to end up. I wonder if they were going to end up. That'll end up being like a battle royal type thing, but it will be like just a one elimination. I don't know. But not exactly like battle royal where it'll drop you, like you automatically get started at a point or something.
Right.
maybe it'll be a little different since they didn't say anything about that they're going to reveal it later on. I'm anxious to see what that means.
I just hope they bring back Gun Game. I liked Gun Game.
God, I love Gun Game. Gun Game is like such a good one.
Yeah.
I love it. They also announced the what'd you say?
I was saying they have Gun Game every once in a while on Blackout. It's like rotates with some other game mode.
Yeah, right. On the Black Ops 4, they do rotate the stuff out. Right now they got Prop Hunt. The one in the chamber, that was always a good one. I like that one too.
That one's good too, yeah.
They had that on Black Ops 4 a few months ago. But anyway, they also revealed that the dates for the open beta are going to start September, open and closed beta. Because the closed beta is just for if you pre-ordered the game or whatever like this. And then the open beta, it's like starts September the 12th, I think. And then for several days for start PlayStation exclusive, then opens up for the other console and for Xbox and PC, and then they have it where that's until the 16th, and then it starts up again on the 19th for I think those are the closed beta, the 12th through the 16th, and then the open beta is the 19th through the 22nd of September. I think that's the correct days because the game comes out October 25th. But yeah,
that means I'll get to play before a baby.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I'm convinced it's coming. I put my date on September 24th, but we did that this morning. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get in on it for sure.
Cool. I'm excited that you get to. Did you know if you pre-order it on PlayStation right now, you can use Captain Price on Black Ops 4.
Really?
Which you don't have Black Ops 4, so it doesn't really help you. But we played with somebody the other day last week, and it was a Captain Price.
Nice.
I was like, oh shit, are we supposed to follow him? Is he the captain?
And then he killed you.
Can't remember what happened in that game, but
well.
He didn't lead us to victory. I know that.
I'm pumped for the new Modern Warfare. This is, like I was saying, this is my childhood being reborn.
Yeah, I'm excited for you that you're getting it, so that way there'll be 3 of us.
Yeah,
and it's crossplay, so even if Ryan gets it on PC, we could play with Ryan. I don't know why we would, but I'm just saying we could.
I mean, the option's there. So
the option's there. I mean,
it's like when a waiter offers you dessert. Everyone knows you're not going to get dessert, but they still ask.
Yeah, it's there. They have the little card menu. You may look over it while you're eating before your food gets there, just for fun.
Oh, look, they have a molten lava cake. We going to get it? Absolutely not.
But look at it. Ryan is molten lava cake. Okay.
Oh well.
Zach, are you super excited about Modern Warfare though? Even though you don't know much about the multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll probably be more excited once I watch the stuff. But
yeah, get on that, man. Get on that.
I will.
Do that. Do it. Do it. Cool.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. All right, guys. We got anything to add?
I'm set, man. I've said all. I've said my piece.
Said everything. Well, the 3 of us want to thank you so much for listening to this entire episode. For the ones that stayed, with the people that stayed recording it. Thanks for listening to this episode. Don't forget about all our social media pages that you can follow us on, like Facebook.com/BlindBanditProductions, YouTube.com/BlindBanditProductions. We got BlindBanditProductions.com. There's Instagram, Blind Bandit Productions, and then the Twitter. It's BBP4Real. That's the number 4. Correct, Zachary?
That is correct.
Thank you for that. Just sometimes it's just gotta make sure, you know. And so follow us on all those social media pages. You know, let us know what we're doing. Let us know if you want us to talk about your stuff. If you do something cool, like Freddie Lane. Third shout out for the day. We just talk about people that want to be talked about. So we're cool like that. We're cool like that. We're cool cats. I didn't use some cool dad lingo. Yeah. Do the chicken dance or something. I don't know. Oh my God. I'm turning into one of those lame dads.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know where to go from here.
That ing turning into that might be long gone. I think you're just realizing you are one.
That is correct. CK's a lame dad. But that also sounds that I'm like a lame dad to my kids. That's not... I don't know. It could be used either way. Whatever, let's go this. Don't forget you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and all YouTube and all those other places that you listen to podcasts. We're on all of those places. You can find us. Leave us a review on iTunes. Leave us a review on Facebook. Let us know what we're doing, how we're doing it wrong or right. Let us know if you like to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Woo! 2 days of recording, people. 2 days of recording. All right, I've had a week. It's been a week. Been a week. Dr. Seuss in it. I don't know. Don't ask me.
At what point are you just gonna say have a good week?
Good week.
This is the longest outro in the world.
Have a good week. Hashtag good stuff.
I'm still waiting on him to just say something else.
Apparently I have trouble with putting things to bed. I don't know. Just